Today I'm going to share some tips on how to food prep. If you are new to the vegan or plant-based lifestyle, I'm going to show you some things that helped me through trial and error. It's been over 7 years that I've been vegan, and I hope that this will help you. So tip number 1 is don't buy more than what you're going to use. And I know at first you just want to fill up your fridge and have tons of veggies and fruits, and you think you're going to be able to eat it all. Well, I've learned that I've wasted and thrown away so much by buying so much, and so now I buy a certain amount that I know that me and my family consume. And very important to not fill your fridge where you can't eat it all. Produce must be eaten very quickly, so you'll learn how much you need to get for your family. So tip number 2 is to make sure to wear gloves. My hands have really dried out, and I must wear gloves anytime I'm in the kitchen. Your hands will be in water. You'll be washing veggies. You'll be washing, I try to do this once or twice per week. For the most part, I do it once per week, food prepping. And so my hands get very dry. So gloves might be a very important key factor here over time. All right, so let's get started. And I wanted to share, a lot of people like to say, well, it's very expensive to eat fruit, very expensive to eat veggies. Well, the trick is to buy what's in season in your part of town. And you have some basic staples like celery, romaine, and you can get these organic for a very good deal. So check out your grocery stores and see which one. Check their produce aisle. Make it a project. Go to your produce aisle and see what is organic, the variety. Is it worth going there? Because you'll be able to get multiple things. Or maybe you can do that once a week. Go to a store that will have better produce for you. Sometimes farmers markets is a great place to get local, inexpensive veggies. So one of my staples is celery. I love celery. It's crunchy, it's salty, and it can be, you can add sweet things to it, like almond butter. My second is zucchini. I love zucchini. I like to make these zucchini rounds. Just raw makes it so much more crunchy and just very accessible. So I cut these up and I put them into a glass container. That way I can see what I have in there. And then I like to use a chlorine-free paper towel in there, so it will absorb moisture for the next couple of days. And so I have them ready for, if I'm really hungry, I can dip it with hummus and throw it into my salad or cook it up. So what I have in my fridge, I have some greens, green peppers. I have all sorts of greens. And so what I'm doing here in this segment right here, what you're seeing, is that I've cut off the celery and I'm using every part of celery. I save the tops with the leaves for soups, and I'm going to go ahead and put these into a baggie because I can use this for soup. So any odds and ends, don't waste anything. As you will see, I'm going to do a separate batch of veggies, everything that I've collected, tops of celery, cauliflower leaves. So this can be for a juice or it can be for a soup base. So I have all my things where I can see them with the glass containers, which you can get at any one of your Bed Bath or any one of those on Amazon. Those containers are really good. All right, so I'm showing a whole bunch of vegetables, but it doesn't matter what vegetables that you see. It's just basically what I have in my fridge and how I keep it so that it stays fresh and ready to go. Now this lovely container here, I'm not sure what it's called, but you can get these at any one of your like Bed Bath. And these are to help preserve greens or preserve fruit or anything that you're going to be using. It helps keep it fresh. So I order from a produce box, 2 companies, and it helps me to use up whatever I have before the next delivery. So within a week's time, I must use these produce because they will go bad. and they're so fresh and delicious, and they are organic, and you can check in your local area what there is available. It is very economical, and it really forces you to go ahead and use what you're going to be buying and purchasing, because you're going to get another delivery. So I have some okra. I love okra. My favorite way of doing okra is in the oven baked. Season them and bake them, and they are really tasty. Organic peace greens have been another. You can use them in sandwich. You can use them in salads. I love them in salads. You can just eat them just like that. My dog even loves them. Now here, the greens that come on the cauliflower. Don't throw them out. Don't waste it. These are great for juicing. Wash them thoroughly and put them aside. You can use them in a soup. They make excellent soup broth. And so I even cut off the bottom of the cauliflower stub there and use that as well. So this little dish here is for soup. Now what you see here, I've labeled things so I know what it is. I know what date it's there and how fast I need to consume them.